You know how sometimes you read your Bible in English and you just take the numbers as they are? That's what I did in the book of Numbers. It says all the men over 20 able to fight were 603,550. So you do the math. Add the women, the kids, and the elderly, and you're looking at least 2.4 million in the wilderness led by Moses. For years to me, that was non-negotiable. And honestly, I used to imagine it a lot. 2.4 million people as nomads in the desert for nearly 40 years. That's basically the population of a small modern country without permanent farms, without grocery stores, without running water. And yet they had food every morning in the form of manna. They had water from a rock, and they had the ultimate divine GPS, a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Now, if that number's right, the logistics are staggering, and so is the miracle. But here's what I've learned recently. The word for thousand in Numbers is Aleph, and it doesn't mean a literal thousand. Sometimes it does, but in other places it means clan or family group. Like Judges 6:15, where Gideon says, "My clan or my Aleph is the weakest in Manasseh." And in military context, it can mean a unit of soldiers, which could be way smaller than 1,000. Quick example, in Exodus 32, after the golden calf incident, it says about 3,000 Aleph died that day. Here it's clearly literal, 3 actual thousands of people. So Aleph can mean a literal thousand or a group, and the context decides which. Now here's where it gets interesting. Numbers 1 isn't counting everyone in Israel. It's specifically counting men over 20 who could fight. So if Aleph means thousand, you've got 603,550 soldiers, and with families included, you hit that 2.4 million total. But if Aleph means clan, that's 603 family groups, each represented by its fighting men. And if it means military units, that's 603 units, and a unit in the ancient Near East might be 10 to 20 men. Do the math. 603 times about 15 soldiers, roughly 9,000 fighting men. Add their families, and you might have 80,000 to 120,000 people total. And here's another detail. After 38 years of wondering, when they take the census again in Numbers 26, the numbers hardly change. If these were literal thousands, you've had decades of desert attrition and divine judgment, yet the population somehow holds steady. If these were clans, that makes more sense. You're counting family groups, not head counts. Now, before you panic, this doesn't shrink the miracle. Whether God sustained 2.4 million people in the wilderness or closer to 100,000, it's still impossible without him. Either way, you still have the Red Sea splitting, you still have manna raining down, you still have water bursting from rocks, and you still have God's visible presence. A pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, guiding them for 40 years.